Over the years, there have been a few people that have dramatically altered the course of cubing history. Therefore, I will compile the 10 cubers who I believe have impacted cubing the most. But with that said, let's get started. Max Park is, well, the current world record holder for 3x3. But not just for 3x3, but 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, 7x7, and OH, topped off with a World Championship gold medal in 2017. That's really impressive, but what makes it even cooler is that Max actually suffers from autism. It's a really sensitive topic, so I won't go into full detail, but generally, autism makes it harder to learn social skills and precise motion, among other things. Despite this, Max was able to get literally dozens of world records across the past few years. Scio The King actually made a great documentary about Max, which goes a bit deeper into Max's autism, but we need to move on. To Scio The King. Coincidentally, in case you didn't know, Scio, or Chris Olsen, made the best documentaries about cubing, one of which has even made it to Netflix. That's just insane, by the way. It is about the rivalry and subsequent friendship of Max and Felix. Don't worry, we'll get to Felix soon. He's made great videos and documentaries about Felix, Max, Patrick, when Kit proposed to Lauren, and much more. He's truly a king. See what I did there? Believe it or not, I'm actually putting celebrities on the list for one reason: bringing cubing into the spotlight. The following celebrities have all solved cubes at some point: Justin Bieber, Will Smith, Steph Curry, and probably a lot more, which I forgot. But one famous person that soars above everyone else is, of course, Michelle Carey for her collab with JPEM, where she tried to solve a cube in under a minute with only 1 week of practice. Quick history lesson. The first cubing world championship was held in Hungary in 1982. That is so long ago. For reference, my parents hadn't even been born. Soviet, Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia were still intact and Germany was still divided. Reagan was still president. The first WrestleMania hadn't even been held. Okay, you get the point. But regardless, Min Tai won the inaugural World Championship and paved the way for future champions. WCA would simply not be possible without the staff. If you don't know what I'm talking about delegates, the board, and teams, committees and councils members. These are the people who quite literally run the WCA. And yes, I am a member of the advisory council, so technically I make the list too. Entering the top 5, we meet the undisputed GOAT of speed cubing. Words cannot describe how he has shaped the cubing world, and it's quite likely that without him, cubing would have looked a lot different. Besides the fact that he has over 100 world records, that's insane, is the only person to win back-to-back 3x3 world championships, and has dozens of other world championship titles to his name. He is also known for just being a great guy, and I would love to meet him one day. He's my idol. On 4th place, we have the only female on the list, but gender aside, Friedrich is most known for inventing the CFOP method, which is the one used by nearly all top speed cubers nowadays. As a matter of fact, CFOP is also called the Friedrich method. As a matter of fact, CFOP is also called the Friedrich method. As a matter of fact, CFOP is also called the Friedrich method. As a matter of fact, CFOP is also called the Friedrich method, in honor, of course, of Friedrich. My god.
One eternity later.
As a matter of fact, CFOP is also called the Friedrich method, in honor, of course, of Friedrich herself. Damn, that's a hard name to pronounce. Ron VanBruche. I'm assuming you pronounce that the same way as you would in German, so Ron VanBruche and Tyson Mao are the founders of WCA, it is quite self-explanatory then that they make the top 3. The WCA is the largest cubing organization by a light year, and it was started by the 2 men. Fun fact, the founding members also served as the inaugural WCA board members and were part of the board for several years after the creation of the WCA. It should come as no surprise at all that I am including by far the most successful YouTuber, not by subscribers, but by impact on the cubing community. You would have to look for ages at a comp trying to find someone that hasn't learned anything from JPEM, or Dalen Wang, his real name. He doesn't just make tutorials though, he makes all types of cubing content. Comps, challenges, unboxings, reviews, he does it all. He proves that little is much, as he doesn't heavily edit anything, he just makes good content, and he has inspired me to do this more than anyone. There are of course some honourable mentions that didn't quite make the list, but I'll have to include them anyway. Here they are: Supercuba, Timon, Mats Volk, Jill Rue, and Cube Store CEOs and workers, because they kind of provide everyone with cubes. And probably a lot more that I forgot about, but yeah, those are the honourable mentions. At first place, we of course have the mastermind who invented this puzzle decades ago. I simply can't put anyone else at the top of the list. What Mr. Rubik did to the cubing community is just incredible, and it's almost certain that if he hadn't invented the cube, I wouldn't have been here writing this script or making this video. I wouldn't have gone to many comps across the country. I wouldn't have had over 300 subs, and I wouldn't have... okay, get the point. Hell, the Rubik's Cube is even named after him, so how could I ever not put him on first place? Well, there you have it. There's the list of the most influential cubers in history. So, my job here is done. Don't forget to like and subscribe and everything, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!